How everybody doing this morning? The thing I wanted to talk to you all about, and I was kind of debating whether to share this with you all because in a sense it's kind of I'll say embarrassing or a shame, but at the same time I've been thinking, well, what about what I have to share can either help somebody or inspire somebody that's probably going through the same thing, and that's alcoholism. Well, let me say this. Looking back, I can contribute to 3 people in my life that I will probably be indebted to for the rest of my life that helped me get where I'm at now. And that person is, and well, first I'll tell you all each one, I guess, individual, and I can tell you the role that they played. Pastor Bradley, he's gone on to be with the Lord now, but truly he had a great impact at the time that I was going through it. I'm not gonna say I was trying to get off it because at the time I wasn't, to be honest with you. He used to counsel me and my wife. So he not only I guess heard or got a whiff of it or either smelt it on me. He knew firsthand because he counseled us, and when we went to counseling, me and my wife, we was open with him. Now, going to counseling had nothing, well, it really had nothing to do with her, but in a sense it did because it had something to do with me because, you know, we're a couple, we're married. So I remember that in the counseling he asked me, he said, Arthur, he said, why do you drink? I said, because I like it. And my wife responded and said, that's the craziest thing in the world. And he said, no, he said, you got people that's into sin, and everybody that's into sin doesn't hate it. You got some people that love it. And it was times that we'll go to counseling. I think we went like every 2 weeks, something like that, if I ain't mistaken. Every 2 weeks, once a month, something. Anyway, so long ago I can't remember the times. But I remember he was kind of like also like my wife may be on 10, and before, you know, the counseling over, he can bring her back down to a 1 or 2. I can understand that she's being on a 10 because, you know, what she's going through with me. So that will send somebody over the edge, especially when you probably see that, you know, is more in them. So anyway, so I'll be in the meeting and I'll say, okay, I'm gonna stop, or I'm gonna start running the streets. I'm gonna stop doing this. And she'll respond and say, he's not gonna stop. He said, matter of fact, he said that 2 weeks ago. And Pastor Bradley would respond and he said, well, Moketer, he said he have to start somewhere. And then probably a month later, I'll be back drinking again and go back in there and she'll go all off again. And he'll say, well, Keter, remember, he got to start somewhere. And you know, and looking back, he's right, because if somebody try to do something and they fail, that say that they should never try it again? And to be honest with you, I probably felt doing this probably about 10, 20 times, or if not better. And I remember that it was times he had to, because it's people that drink, and when I go around them or they come around me, I can smell it. So he used to have me working inside the church, because at the time we had a moving company. And so he had me go there, set up the bouncy houses, take the bouncy houses down. if they needed to order new chairs, he'll have me go out of town, pick the chairs up, bring the chairs back. We talking about sometimes we went out of town and picked up 500 chairs, load them in the box truck and bring them back. He had me doing various things around the church, and I'm sure that it was times that he smelled alcohol on me. And looking back, I kind of feel that while I was going through what I was going through, I believe he was trying to keep me close to him so he can work with me, because I used to be inside the gym. Like he had us either set the gym up or take the gym down, or special occasions that they had. And sometimes he'll be inside the church and he'll walk back and forward. When he come by and he look in there and he see me, he come in there and he say, "Hey Arthur," he say, "How you doing?" I say, "Fine." He said, "Everything going okay?" I say, "Yes." He said, "Okay." He said, "Keep it up." And he'll go ahead and leave. Even though things probably wasn't going okay, but he always checked on me. Every time go to church service, if I miss a church service or whatever, he'll say, "Arthur, I didn't see you," or "Glad to have you back." He see my wife, he say, "Hey Mokita," he said, "How Arthur doing?" She may say, "He's acting up again," or he's on the right track, or whatever the case may be. But I just remember his loving kindness, because when you're going through stuff, especially when you're in the wrong or at a state that I was at, people will kick you to the curb, people will talk about you. But I just remember him, because to me now, this is my opinion, everybody can't call themselves a pastor. I'm going to tell you why that I believe that. Because you got some pastors and some preachers out there that stuff that you going through, or stuff that they know about you, that they talk about it just as worse as the people out in the street. And to be honest with you, the church people may be the worst when you're going through something. Sometimes the people outside the church is better, and that like for instance, the in the Bible, the Pharisee that went up there and talked about, "I'm glad that I don't do what that sinner over there do. I fast and I pay tithes and this and that." And the other one, on the other hand, wouldn't even lift up his head off his chest. But the point that I'm trying to make is, I just thank Pastor Bradley for being in my life, for me meeting him, because he has made a awesome impact in my life, fathers me where I'm at. And I truly believe, if it wasn't for him, for the love that he showed me, for the courage, for the prayers that he showed towards me, I don't think possible that I would be where I'm at. And the next person that I wanted to share about, the second person, is my mother-in-law, which is going on to be with the Lord. Truly, she was a woman of God. Absolutely. And one thing I want to say about my mother-in-law and Pastor Bradley, anything that I shared with them, I never heard it repeated by somebody else. Anything that I share with them, I believe that they took to their grave, because I have never heard anybody. And one thing I can say about my mother-in-law and Pastor Bradley, which I didn't believe, that they thought at the time that I was a good person. They thought they had nothing but good things to say about me, and that was kind of strange. And that's how my mother-in-law was. My mother-in-law, and people really don't even know to this day that sometime my mother-in-law used to call me down at the house and sit down and talk to me, and she'll tell me, she said, "Now, I heard that, or I seen that," not that she heard, she'll say that I seen such and such, and that's not right. Or, listen, it's better inside you. So you got to tap into that inner man that's inside you, and constantly praying for me, and constantly showing me love, and I can just remember all the good times her and I had. I went to go and purchase a golf cart, and she rode with me in the box truck, and the box truck didn't have no air conditioning, so we rode with the windows down, and I stopped and got her ice cream from this place that has some wonderful ice cream. And she said, boy, and I could see the ice cream because it was so hot in the truck that as she was eating the ice cream that it was dripping down her hand. And she was saying, boy, they don't make ice cream like this anymore. And her and I used to get up in the morning sometime and go to Krispy Kreme and get the donuts off the belt. And sometime we used to go in the room and watch, what was it called? Oh, The World's Dumbest Criminals. And we just, I mean, we just had a blast. And she used to give me words of encouragement. She used to say, come on, okay, listen, let's pray. I mean, she was just a wonderful woman. And I also have to contribute to her. And I don't think if she never came in my life that I will be where I'm at. And my another thing that my wife told me, it was many times that she used to go down to her mother's house and tell her mother about all the stuff that I was doing. And, you know, the average person will probably say, well, look, pack your bags and get out of there, or come on and move down here with me. But she told me this. She said that my mother would say, okay, come on, let's just go ahead and pray. And so my wife say that we used to pray for you just about every day when you was doing that drinking. She said either two things was going to happen. You was going to get off alcohol, or the Lord was going to strike you dead. And I just thank from the bottom of my heart for having my mother-in-law in my life. And the last person that I want to thank that has been a great impact through my life is my wife. Truly, she's a loving, caring, awesome woman. When the Bible talks about a virtuous woman, she covers all aspects. Because the stuff that I did, the average person and the average woman would have went out there and did the same thing, or they would have went on and left. They would have packed their bags, changed the lock. Because I have heard, and not only that, but seen people come home and the lock is changed, and they went and got a restraining order, and the person can't even come back to the house and even get their clothes anymore. But it was times that I drunk just about every day. It probably wasn't a day that I didn't, because the way that I did it was I had alcohol under the seat of my vehicle. I had a car, I had alcohol under the seat. The work truck, I had alcohol behind the seat, under the seat. I had alcohol in the basement. I had alcohol in my closet. So I had alcohol everywhere. My wife used to say we used to go on camping trips, and sometime we'll get up in the morning and she may see a lady or something early in the morning with a beer in her hand, and she said, that's a shame that that lady drank it first thing in the morning. And I be saying to myself, I'm drunk right now. But anyway, she used to smell it on me, and she said to me, because I was thinking at the time that it'll come to a point that she just gonna accept who I am. But she didn't. She fuss every day, and I really got tired of it. She fuss. I'm tired of this drinking. I didn't marry no drunk. I smell it on you. I'm tired of you coming in the house smelling like alcohol. I'm tired. And then the places that I was hiding the alcohol at, she'll find it and throw it and pull it out, or either throw it away. And sometimes I thought that people was going in my truck or going to different places, stealing it from me. But later on down the line, she told me that she was the one that was finding my spots and throwing it away. So I remember this one particular day that as long as I'm in my right mind, that I will probably never forget. At the time, oh, and let me share this with you. So I had got into appliances, delivering appliances, and I used to drive down Norfolk and Virginia Beach from Richmond 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, to deliver appliances for the people that had the store down there. So they had, when you go to their shop, they had 2 refrigerators full up with alcohol. I mean, just about anything that you want to drink, they had it. You go to Virginia Beach store, same thing, fill up with alcohol. Matter of fact, I don't even think it was any water or soda in there. It was strictly alcohol and any kind that you can think. And when you went, sometime they had stuff at the house, in their garage, they had 2 refrigerators there. But in that refrigerator, they had Gatorade and different stuff, soda, water. But they also had alcohol. So they told me wherever that you go, they said, help yourself. Whatever you want to drink is there. Go ahead. So, and that's basically what I did. And my helper that was with me, that's exactly what both of us did. But long story short, the business there their business started drying up, and the deliveries started getting less and less. And I think the last time they had like 4 deliveries for me, and I told them that I wasn't going to drive down there for no 4 deliveries. So after that, it kind of, went back. And I remember now, because you got to remember, I've been working for myself for a few years now. So now I got this box truck sitting outside. Sure, I got a little money saved up in the bank that can probably carry me for like 4 months. But I need work. So I'm sitting there, and I got a piece of paper with every morning with about 20 to 30 different businesses that I'm gonna call to try to get work. And my wife, she came in the bedroom, peeked her head in there. Now, all the other times she fussing, carrying on. And she peeked her head in there because I got all the papers down, the people I'm gonna call every morning. And she peeked her head in there, and she said to me, she said, "You tried it your way." She said, "But how about you try God's way?" And she turned around and she left. She never said another word. She never said anything about what she said to me that morning. She never mentioned it again. And she said it in a very calm voice. That one particular time that she told me, boy, it hit my soul. And I didn't say anything to anybody. She left. I thought about what she said. Actually, I probably sit there for about 30 minutes thinking about what she said. I got on my knees. I was all by myself. And I said, "Lord," I said, "Okay, I tried it my way." I say, "I'll give it a try. I'm going to try it your way and see how it works out." I believe, I want to say that was probably close to 2 or 3 years ago. I forgot the number, but and I never picked up another drink. Never had another desire. The things that I did see after that, I see after that when some people come around me, or I go into a customer house and they had a drink, I could smell it on them terrible. And I used to think to myself, wow, when I used to go in people's houses or around people, that's how I used to smell. And I said, boy, that's an embarrassing thing to be doing. And remember I told you about the people in Norfolk and Virginia Beach that I was doing the deliveries for? Believe it or not, those same people that I was going down there that was paying me, the tables had turned around. They started coming to me, buying stuff from me to go back to Norfolk and Virginia Beach to sell. And so it was no longer me working for them. It was them working for me. But you see how God has turned it around. It's just amazing that when I actually got myself together, it's just amazing how the Lord has blessed us. And that's why I try to go out the way for my wife, because she went out the way for me. So I hope this helps somebody and encourage somebody. Even if somebody not encouraging you, I'm encouraging you today. You can do better. And if you stick to it, you'll see the rewards at the end. Have a good day.